So idea number two is the words you need to make a connection with your partner. And this is not just any connection. We need to make an emotional connection with our partner. Why this is important is because as humans, we need to form these relationships. We need to have a sense of meaning and a sense of belonging. We need to feel loved, and we actually need someone to love in return. And so this is why we form relationships. We don't form relationships just because we had nothing better to do or because it was, a practical solution, although some people do. Really, the number one reason why we form these relationships is for this emotional, intimate connection. And words, they're the most versatile way of actually making this connection. We can say them, we can write them. We can write them in a Valentine's Day card. So if you want to take notes and put this in the Valentine's Day card, this would be great. We can text it, we can skywrite it, we can sign language it, we can give this message in all sorts of different ways, simply with words. And the hardest part about words is people have trouble finding the right words. So what I'm going to give you now is a simple formula that you can use to create the message you want and deliver to your partner and have them make that connection with you. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to say or write I. This is important because it's you taking ownership of it. Again, taking ownership in our own stuff, I'm very big on that. So once we say I, we then need to insert an emotion. This is the connection part. This is where we form this connection by sharing our emotions. So in the case, because it's Valentine's Day, most common emotion is love, but it could be anything for any different situation. I like, I hate, I dislike, whatever you want to put. So I love, and then you need to direct it. Okay, so if you're talking to someone, saying you and directing at that person you're talking to is the most common response, and because it's Valentine's Day, we'll leave it at you. But it could also be anything. You could be directing it at an event or someone else, or I like TV, I love cheesecake, whatever. You need to direct it somewhere so the person knows what you're talking about. Again, we direct it to the person we're talking to so we can make that connection. And then we need to insert a reason, because people, we need reasons, we need answers for things. It's no good to just say to someone, I love you. You need to tell them why. And in telling them why you love them, you actually get them to sort of be aware of those reasons, and they can actually do it more. So for instance, you might say to your partner, I love you because, I actually got an example down here, I love you because you're supportive and kind. And once you make that connection with your partner, because of their supportiveness and their kindness, you actually find they try to be supportive and kind more often, because they know that you like it, and they know that you respond to it. And so they'll try and do it more, because people really want to make these intimate connections with us. Some people say, well, what if my partner doesn't hear me? If you're saying this verbally, what if my partner doesn't hear me? It's your job, and I actually cover this in a 2-day workshop that I do. In the model of communication, the person giving the message, so they're actually responsible for making sure it is received. So if someone doesn't hear you, that's not their fault for not listening. It's your fault for not making sure that they've received that message. So you may need to give it, attempt to give it again. You may find they're distracted or something again. We go through this sort of stuff in my workshop. Barriers and filters, you may need to remove some of those so that they can hear that. You may also, people ask me too, that what if they don't believe me? Again, that may be something you're doing. while you're giving this message verbally that I love you, you may also be doing something that that says a different message. Good example is, you know, if you tell someone that you love them, they won't believe you if you're punching them in the head at the same time, because that goes against what you're saying. You know, if you love someone, you don't punch them in the head, sort of thing. So make sure there's nothing else you're doing that will send a different message, and that way people will believe.